It's a crime so horrific it strains the bounds of a Hollywood slasher movie. But the person behind this gruesome act isn't a masked madman. Her name is Jodi Arias. And after 4 months on trial tonight, her fate now lies in the hands of a jury. She claims her motive for killing her boyfriend wasn't malice, it was self-defense. Now facing the death penalty, Arias waits as the final seconds of her roller coaster trial tick away. Here's ABC's Ryan Owens for our series, Crime and Punishment.
He's trying to get away. He's trying to get away from her over there.
She is Jodi Arias, a 32-year-old on trial for her life after the brutal murder of her ex-boyfriend. She admits she did it, but for the last 4 months has tried to convince an Arizona jury she killed in self-defense. Today, Prosecutor Juan Martinez, known for his courtroom theatrics, presented his fiery closing arguments.
And even after stabbing him over again, and even after slashing his throat from ear to ear, and then even after taking a gun and shooting him in the face, she will not let him rest in peace.
Martinez repeatedly called the admitted killer a liar.
Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, she's a liar.
And told the jurors that Arias looked directly into their eyes and lied to them from the witness stand.
It's like a field of lies that has sprouted around her as she sat on that witness stand.
Martinez ended his argument by showing the jury the bloody crime scene photos. 3 rows of Travis's family and friends shielded their eyes from what Jodi Arias admits she did to the 30-year-old Mormon businessman.
She killed him 3 times over.
Today's closing arguments come 4 months to the day since it all started. This jury must be exhausted.
Nothing but the truth so help you God.
They've heard from a parade of witnesses, 38 in total, from medical examiners.
I have to conclude that the brain was perforated.
To crime scene techs, to rental car clerks.
Is that person who rented the car, is she in court today?
Yes, sir.
Way back in January,
please be seated.
It looked like the trial would be quick.
This is not a case of who done it. The person who done it, the person who committed this killing, sits in court today.
The veteran prosecutor whipping through his case in a matter of weeks. First taking the jury through a gruesome crime scene.
There's different coloration on this shirt, but I don't know the cause.
And a killing so heinous he believes Arias deserves the ultimate punishment, death.
His throat was slit from ear to ear.
Then graphic photos of a different kind. Nude snapshots of Jodi and Travis taken just hours before the killing on June 4th, 2008. And these photos inadvertently snapped during the killing itself. Just as stunning as the brutal crime, Arias' actions after she left Travis's house, spending the day with a new romantic interest, cuddling and kissing.
Every time we started kissing, it got a little more escalated.
There were ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, too, used to create dueling portraits of Jodi and Travis.
Sex was on his mind from the very beginning.
Yes.
Did he treat you with dignity and respect throughout this whole thing?
Yes.
Tell us about who Jodi was at that point in time.
Jodi was a very responsible, caring, loving person.
He told me that at that point that he had a stalker and that she had actually followed us on a date.
But the most anticipated testimony of all, the defendant herself.
The simple answer is that he attacked me, and I defended myself.
Her story of self-defense was her third version, and she took 18 days on the stand to tell it.
He body slammed me again on the tile.
A story vivid in detail.
We were in the red house, which is right on Highway 1.
Sexually explicit at times.
There have been a few times where I've been bold enough to just pull you onto the bed and start.
Violent at others.
And he kicked me in the ribs.
But when it came down to the moment she drove a knife into Travis Alexander nearly 30 times and slit his throat,
what do you remember?
Almost nothing for a long time.
The jury also heard Jodi's other 2 stories on these police interrogation tapes played in court. First, she denied being at Travis's Mesa, Arizona home.
If Travis were here today, he would tell you that it wasn't me.
When confronted with all of those pictures and a mountain of forensic evidence,
that is not my foot.
Jodi concocted a new tale. That she was at Travis's house that fateful day when 2 masked intruders broke in and slaughtered him but spared her. She even acted out the dramatic scene for the detective.
And I was just going through the pictures and I heard this loud ring.
The detective didn't buy it, and Jodi was arrested for murder, at which point she flashed this smile in her mugshot. Since being locked up, the 32-year-old has made quite a name for herself, winning jailhouse singing competitions and granting national television interviews, like this one with the show Inside Edition, where she made this bold prediction.
No jury is going to convict me.
Why not?
Because I'm innocent, and you can mark my words on that one. No jury will convict me.
If she's wrong and is convicted of first-degree murder, Jodi Arias may gain notoriety for something else. She could become just the 4th woman on Arizona's death row. Her defense will try to prevent that with their closing argument tomorrow. I'm Ryan Owens for Nightline in Phoenix.